Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Ryan Stewman. Came down here to speak at my friend Kent Clothier's event in San Diego. And we rented an Airbnb here. And it's in a nice building. We're on like the 38th floor, so you can kind of see all over the area around here. Well, this morning, I'm doing some of my emails and things of that nature, and I'm sitting down here on the balcony, and I look across the way, and I see a camp of unfortunately homeless people. And there's people that slept there all last night. When we went to breakfast this morning, there's signs at the bottom of this building, on the back side of the building, that say that the building is full of bed bugs and that this building is full of prostitution, and there's homeless people all around us. There's extra security on this building. It's in what would be a nice part of town. You can see across the way here at this other building that there's a nice pool and balcony top. Like, this is a seemingly nice part of town that's been overran with the homeless. Now, I'm not here to bash the homeless or anything like that. I understand that unfortunately things happen to people. I mean, I could see myself in that very situation. I've been through a lot of hell in my life. I have a lot of excuses that I could have been homeless as well. But as I'm sitting here writing some emails this morning, thinking about being grateful and what I'm gonna say later on today, I look out at this camp, and first of all, I'm thankful that I'm not sleeping there. But I can't help but recognize that around the corner here, just literally maybe 6 miles away from probably what would be considered the Skid Row of San Diego, is where Navy SEALs exist. That's Coronado Island. That's where the SEALs go through Hell Week. That's where they go through knot tying school. That's where the SEALs, the Navy SEALs for the United States, that's where they live. And so think about it, just 6 miles apart, maybe not even that far, because it's literally just over a bridge. So just a few miles apart, you have people that have given up mentally on everything. They've given up on finding shelter, which is one of the things that we're genetically coded to need as human beings. They've given up on transportation. They've given up on clothes. They've given up on appearance, their health. And sure, some people, they have mental issues. But I was also just with Cody Lee, who is the blind autistic gentleman that was on America's Got Talent. I was just with him last week. You know, he could have easily decided to be there too. Instead, he's on TV, he's playing the piano. It's all a mental game. And so the reason why I say that, I'm not bashing the homeless. We all go through tough times. I've been homeless. But what I'm saying is, the most elite human beings on the planet, physically, mentally, the smartest, sharpest, most physically in shape dudes on the planet, and some of the poorest people on the planet are just 6 miles apart. The one thing that separates them is the mentality, right? These guys refuse to give up. The Navy SEALs, what makes them elite, what puts them in physical shape, peak physical shape, what puts them in peak mental stability, what allows them to go into combat and never even fire a shot and accomplish missions while being underwater and everything else, is because they refuse to give up. While meanwhile, the folks that have nothing over here have given up on everything. And so I want you to think about that. The wins that you want in your life, what is it that you refuse to give up on, right? The things that you want for your family, what is it that you'll refuse to give up on? Because if you truly want to live elite on this planet, if you want to be the most elite version of yourself, you have to refuse to lose. You know this. You've been hearing it your entire life. But what are you refusing to settle for? These guys refuse to quit. I've refused to quit in my life. There's plenty of times where I could have been over there. There's plenty of times where I could have been 6 feet under the dirt, not even sleeping on the street, buried in that bitch. But I refuse to quit. So whatever hell you're going through right now, whatever struggles you're facing, whatever pain you're suffering from, no matter who's judging you, who says you can't, who says you're a fool, who tells you they don't love you, whoever slaps you down, whatever pain that you're experiencing right now, just know that if you refuse to give up, you'll push through it and make it to the other side. When these guys over here, the Navy SEALs, when they're going through Hell Week, it's got to be the worst physical and mental experience of your life. 500 people go through it. About 15 to 30 people make it through on average. Think about that. The majority of people will just give up. They're willing to give up. They're willing to give up what they dreamed of. They're willing to give up their internal calling. They're willing to give up their character. They're willing to give up their integrity. If you refuse to give up, if you refuse to let go, if you refuse to lay it down, you'll win. The only difference between the Navy SEALs and the folks without over here is their ability and their decisions to never decide to settle and to never lose. I hope this gets something with you. If you feel it, Share it with somebody that needs to hear it. Make the decision today that you refuse to lose. And if you haven't already checked it out, go check out our G-Code episode of the Rewire podcast. You go to Apple, iTunes, Spotify, just go to Rewire with Ryan Stewman and listen to the G-Code episode. It'll put you focused on the right things that'll get you refuse to lose and focus on your wins. Later.